What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing a new and pretty unique switch that just dropped from Novelkeys. This new switch is called the Kailh Box Mute Jade, and it's technically classified as a clicky switch, but you'll see what I mean by that in a second. Now, I'm not really a clicky switch user myself, but I've used the Kailh Box clicky switches like Navies and Jades, and the tactility from the click bar mechanism as opposed to a click jacket is honestly really nice. The click bar gives a nice, sharp, tactile event, but the downside is a loud sound that comes along with this style of switch. I don't think I was the only person feeling this way, so I can safely say I wasn't the only one who got excited when they found out a new quiet switch with that click bar would be coming out. In terms of the specs of these switches, they're a little different than the Box Jades and Navies despite all the similarities. These switches feature the same nylon bottom housing and polycarbonate material top housing as the other Box Clicky switches, but they're unique from the other Box Clickies because they have a muting mechanism and they feature a 5-pin bottom housing so that you can mount them directly on your PCB without the use of a plate. The Muted Jades have a 50 gram operating force, which is the same as the Box Jades, but they have a bottom out force of 82 grams, which is actually closer to the Box Navy bottom out at 90 grams. I will say though, having used all three switches personally, the spring weight doesn't feel nearly as heavy as Box Navies, and these are very comfortable to use. The travel distance in this switch is a 1.8mm actuation distance and a 3.6mm bottom out distance, and the operating life of these switches is rated for 50 million presses. Yes, 50 million keystrokes is an absolutely huge number of key presses, and you would probably never actually use it that many times, but I think this lower number compared to some other switch ratings is due to the dampening mechanism used inside the switch. If you open up the switch and look at the part of the top housing where the click bar rebounds every time it's clicked, you'll see a very small piece of silicone sticking out of the polycarbonate top housing, which stops the click bar from coming into contact with it and creating the loud clicky sound. In essence, this little piece right here is responsible for the entirety of the new sound we're hearing from these switches, and it's honestly a really cool concept. Like I said before, this muting mechanism allows us to have the satisfying tactility of the click bar without the loud sound that comes with it. I've probably talked about the specs on these things long enough, so now we'll get to the sound test. And now I'll do a few sample presses with these switches against some Box Jades and Kailh Sages. Honestly, these switches exceeded my expectations, and I would definitely recommend them for people who like the feel of Box Jades, but not necessarily the sound. If you blindfolded me and asked me what kind of switches these were though, I'd probably call them tactiles because they're not any louder than some of the other tactile switches I've used. These are unique because they use a different tactile mechanism than any other tactile switches on the market, so this is a great opportunity for people who don't like clicky switches to get familiar with the click bar mechanism inside these. I can see myself using these switches for a while because the spring weight makes them super comfortable to type on, the sound is nice, and the tactile feeling is super satisfying thanks to the click bar. Overall, if you have the opportunity to try these switches, you should definitely pick them up. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for sticking around, and drop a like and a sub if you haven't already. I really enjoy making videos like these ones, so leave a comment if there's anything you think I can do better. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.